A pro-Iranian militia has posted a chilling video amid the ongoing Iran war. An Iran-backed proxy group appears to strike U.S. interests in Baghdad. The video posted by the Islamic Resistance in Iraq shows a drone flying over U.S. installation in the Iraqi capital. The drone is then seen approaching a U.S. Black Hawk helicopter. The Islamic Resistance in Iraq has released a chilling video, claiming responsibility amid the escalating conflict and rising regional tensions. In the footage, a drone can be seen flying over U.S. military installation located within Baghdad's international airport complex. The clip further shows the drone hovering above a heavily guarded compound believed to house the U.S. Baghdad Diplomatic Support Center. Moments later, the drone moves in with precision, targets a radar system, and strikes it directly, triggering a visible explosion. Imagery analyzed and reviewed by CNN appears to confirm the presence of a radar system at the exact location where the strike took place. In a second sequence, another drone is seen flying across the base, eventually approaching a parked Black Hawk helicopter. The video is marked with the date March 23rd, although CNN has not been able to independently verify when the footage was actually recorded. This incident marks the latest in a growing series of attacks targeting American facilities in Baghdad amid the broader Iran-related escalation. On March 14th, a drone strike targeted the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, according to an Iraqi official familiar with the incident. The Middle East witnessed another night of heavy tension as Iran carried out its 80th wave of Operation True Promise 4, a large-scale offensive that unsettled multiple countries across the region overnight. Iran's Revolutionary Guard and army coordinated precision assaults using missiles and drones, striking positions and assets linked to both the United States and Israel in a sustained operation. Explosions and sirens echoed across Tel Aviv and northern Israel as Iranian projectiles targeted key areas, forcing civilians into shelters and triggering widespread emergency responses. In an official statement, the IRGC claimed it extended the strikes to hit Israeli satellite reception and communication sites, describing the move as part of a broader strategic retaliation effort. Sirens blared across northern Israel as rockets were fired from Lebanon into Kiryat Shmona and surrounding areas. A house under construction in Kiryat Shmona was damaged by the rocket fire. No casualties were reported. Earlier attacks on central Israel killed one person and wounded 12 others, emergency services said. Israel's Magen David Adom said at least 12 people were injured in Bnei Brak and Givat Shmuel near Tel Aviv. The IDF said it issued 12 alerts throughout the evening, warning of incoming Iranian missiles toward Israel. The Israeli army later detected another Iranian ballistic missile launch targeting the city of Eilat. Iranian forces reportedly extended their offensive beyond Israel, launching coordinated strikes on U.S. military positions across several neighboring Gulf nations. Authorities in Kuwait confirmed that armed drones struck a large fuel storage tank at the country's main international airport, triggering immediate firefighting and security responses. Following the incident, flight operations were halted at Kuwait International Airport, with air traffic redirected to nearby Saudi airports as a precautionary measure. Officials noted that the strike was the third major assault on Kuwait's aviation infrastructure since the onset of hostilities, raising concerns over regional airspace safety. Kuwait's Defense Command reported intercepting 13 drones and 6 missiles overnight, highlighting the heightened state of alert in the small Gulf nation. According to Press TV, Kuwaiti officials acknowledged a suicide drone detonated inside a military base hosting U.S. troops, though the extent of the damage remains unclear. Saudi Arabia's air defense system successfully intercepted a ballistic missile and multiple drones over its eastern territories, preventing potential damage to key installations. Reports from the region indicated that several explosions struck a U.S. military facility in eastern Saudi Arabia, prompting an immediate security lockdown and emergency response at the site. In Jordan, police confirmed reports of falling debris after an intercepted missile broke apart in midair, with fragments landing in areas south of the capital, Amman. While no injuries were recorded, Jordanian authorities noted that missile debris has been landing within national borders almost daily since the latest escalation began. Severe explosions were also reported at the U.S. Army headquarters in Bahrain, with initial accounts describing powerful blasts and damage at the facility. The developments unfolded as former U.S. President Donald Trump stated that Iran is now desperate to engage in truce negotiations to de-escalate the situation.
Everything we're doing, we're making great. The border is great. The military is great. We're having, by the way, a tremendous success, as you know, in Iran. We had one in Venezuela, and now we're having one in Iran. They have no Navy left. They have no Air Force left. They have no anti-aircraft equipment left, no radar left, no leaders left. The leaders are all gone. Nobody knows who to talk to. But we're actually talking to the right people, and they want to make a deal so badly. You have no idea how badly they want to make a deal. And we'll see what happens. I want to thank Pete Hegseth. The job you're doing over there is really incredible. You and the general and all of the other generals and colonels and captains and majors and everybody else, right? It's a perfect, amazing thing. We make the best military equipment in the world. Now we're going to make it faster. We want to get it faster, but we make the best in the world. We're doing a job.
Are you going to send Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff to do direct negotiations with the Iranians?
Yeah, well, we're in negotiations, as it turned out, and now you've seen what I said yesterday was exactly correct. We're in negotiations right now. They're doing it along with Marco, JD. We have a number of people doing it, and the other side, I can tell you, they'd like to make a deal. And who wouldn't if you were there? Look, their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their communications are gone. That's the biggest problem. It's very hard to communicate them between themselves. All of the anti-aircraft is gone. Most of their missiles are gone. We either shot them or they shot them and don't have them anymore. They're down to a trickle. They're pretty much everything they have is gone. I don't know. Can you name one thing that's not gone, or can you name one thing that's doing well? You know, if you read the papers, you think we're tied. You think we're in a tough battle. We are roaming free over Tehran, the city, Tehran, as opposed to Iran. We're roaming free. We can do whatever we want. And as you know, today we were going to have the privilege of shooting down a very big electric generation plant, one of the biggest in the world. And one shot to the right location ends the plant, it collapses. And we held off based on the fact that we're negotiating. Yeah.
What do you think was the turning point to make you want to pursue a ceasefire? A few days ago, you said you wanted to continue bombing Iran. Now you want to pursue peace talks. Was there something that happened?
The fact that they're talking to us and they're talking sense. And remember, it all starts with they cannot have a nuclear weapon. Just, I said yesterday, they said, what are the top 10? I said, well, number 1, 2, and 3 is they can't have a nuclear weapon. And they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. And we're talking about that. And I don't want to say in advance, but they've agreed they will never have a nuclear weapon. They've agreed to that.
I know you said there's a bunch of people from the administration who are negotiating with Iran. There's been reports that the vice president is leading those negotiations. Is that true?
Well, he's involved in them. JD is involved, and Marco is involved, and Jared Kushner's involved, very smart guy, and Steve Witkoff, smart guy, is involved. And I'm involved. Why? I'm going to be so big. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I'm the president of the United States, Tom. And I'm not going to talk about it. It's beneath me to talk about saving millions of lives, because that's what you're talking about. You're talking about saving millions of lives.
Fresh reports indicate that the Pentagon is preparing to deploy around 2,000 troops from the 82nd Airborne Division to the Gulf region, as part of reinforcement measures amid the ongoing crisis. Analysts say the move marks a significant escalation in U.S. military posture, standing in contrast to Donald Trump's ongoing emphasis on peace talks and diplomatic restraint. Meanwhile, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance is expected to visit Pakistan in connection with ongoing peace discussions, signaling Washington's intent to engage regional partners directly. Sources suggest Vice President Vance is actively involved in behind-the-scenes diplomatic efforts designed to ease hostilities and stabilize the rapidly intensifying Middle Eastern situation.